How's it going, guys? FM Chris here. Welcome to Roma Story Part 3. This could be. This is the September review. The games are coming thick and fast now. I think it was 5 to 6 games. We had 2 European games as well. It's been a topsy-turvy month as well. I think I've tried numerous amounts of formations and it's not clicking. I don't know whether it's OCD, but I'm a perfectionist. I don't like my teams playing pooey football. If I control the team, you play the type of football I want you to play, and if you can't play that type of football, then you'll leave. Simple like that. Few players will be leaving. If I could sell them now, I would. But moving on. So the first game was against. I'm so sorry if I ruined the names. It's either Lessi or Lecce. My Italian is not the greatest, or even my pronunciations of names. So when I look at teams like this, I expect to win comfortably. But as you're going to see, it's not the case. At the moment my team is very inconsistent, and hopefully now I have found a formation, and hopefully we'll move on to bigger and better things. So let's crack on with the goals. We started off, as I said, against Lecce. This was the first type of formation I was using. It was like a wide, just drill it in the box type of formation. It worked there. But defensively, it's not not happening defensively, as you're about to see. I think that's Di Michaelis or Di Micheli. Simple cross, simple goal, and it's just. I've got big defenders. I got Juan and Simon Cahir. Please tell me if I said that right. And they should be winning balls in the air. So I tried to change it again. Proto with a beautiful finish. That's what I like my midfielders to do. It was Pizarro, excuse me, to just hang on the edge of the air and just drill it in. Now this is the defensive side again. No one's moving. Look at that. It was a very good goal, but when you've got a guy like that running at you, well, no, he wasn't even running. He was walking, and 2 defenders are just backing off. I understand there was a right winger there, but I would have rather them played the right winger in, and then we could have all got organised, got back into the box. They probably still would have scored because crossing is our defending to corners and crossing is terrible. So drop points, but a lot of media representatives said that was lucky. I was very lucky. Haven't found. There's one game in this series you're going to see that I've actually dominated, so it's not good. Now this is probably the hardest name I'm ever going to say. I have no idea where to start. It's FC Yeousch Montbet. Yeousch Montbet. Yeah, it's fucking hard to do. But I've never played against a 5-3-2 either, so I was a bit nervous to actually see if I could bloody win. So this was my second European game. There was a game before against, I think it was against like Dinpro or Dinimpro. It was a 0-0 draw, so there's no highlights to show. But in Europe, we've played well, probably because the Italian league is a lot slower. I rested a few players as well because my fitness of my players is not good enough. That's another thing I like, fitness. If you can't, especially professional footballers, if you can't play 2 games in a row in the space of 7 days, then either you're not training hard enough or it's my fault. I don't think it is my fault. But that was the same formation I used against, memory fail, Lecce. So it was all fine and dandy. Then we get to another, I'm going to say fairly easy game against Siena, who, despite I was away, I should have beaten. And now you're going to see another crappy goal. Cross, goal. Especially when you see three players come together, and you're not winning a ball against someone who's not that tall. It's not like we're looking at a Jan Koller and a Luca Toni or a Didier Drogba. But this is when the representatives were saying I was lucky because that's a very lucky goal. It's a very jammy goal to say the least. But that saved our skin. I started getting worried with training. This is probably the last game, the Juventus game, where we use this type of play. Everything changed after this game. So we went into this game. I went into this game kind of confident that we could do something, considering we'd be playing well against other teams, etc. And we started off so well. There's another scrappy goal, but a goal's a goal. We'll take anything at this stage in the season, especially against a big team like Juventus. Juventus aren't as big as they used to be, but they're still there. Now Krasic is one quick motherfucker, but goalie. My goalie's conceded so many crappy little goals, and they're not even going down as the opposition scoring. It's always an own goal. Krasic crossing it in again, and yeah, Quinta does exactly the same. So crossing was a massive problem. We lost that 2-1. We probably didn't deserve to win after like the general performance. So we then came up against Catania. I was in the relegation zone at this point of the season. Not like enough into the season for me to panic, for anyone else to panic, but Roma shouldn't be there full stop. So during this time, I spent probably a good 3 to 4 hours. I did set pieces, throw-ins, corners, free kicks, changing everything to what I want, changing where the players stand, where the players run, where the players stop, where the players mark, where the ball goes, where the ball doesn't go. I also started to do individual training schedules myself, because I have a general idea of what players should be capable of at certain ages and that. So I started doing that, and there was minor improvements, considering it was only a month. Players do take a long time to start gelling, in a way. Because in a way, I need to gel with the squad. I know this isn't real life, but it is a factor in the game. They need to get used to like the way I talk to them, the way I coach them, the way I do my tactics. So there is a familiarity like bar where your formation is, etc. And it will tell you like if they're like adaptable. Fluid is the best, but it'll start off with like competent. So they're competent, but not quite there. That usually takes a good couple of months to really gel. And then even if a team's gelled to that, they still have to gel personally to the formation and to me and to certain players, because I have a lot of loanees. So that impacts as well, because technically they're not there full time, because the parent club can easily cancel that loan and that's them gone, and that will fuck me over, because I need those players. So change the formation to a more Italian style football, slow down the middle, short intricate passes, instead of what I was doing before, wide type of old type British football where you just cross it in the box, work your bollocks off. So Catania, not the best team in the world, but I also changed the crossing mentality to just default, so they'll do what they want in that certain situation. So we went 1-0 ahead, and then unfortunately there's not a lot you can do when you concede a very good free kick like that. So you try and move on, try and get your players more pumped up, and we did. We started playing short intricate passings like you saw that, and that's probably the best goal we've scored since I started, probably. There was a couple of goals in pre-season, but that was probably the best goal. I seem to have conceded really good goals. Like, I conceded a lot of good goals. There's the like situations I was talking about. He drilled it in at that time, but if I asked him to float it, he wouldn't have done it at that time. So we were 3-1 up at this time, and then we're about to go 4-1 up, but my computer's lagging. So someone scored, but I can't really see. I apologise completely that my computer's screwing up. But anyway, the final score was 5-1. Finally, I thought, we're back. Like, we're back at the races. Players are gelling. Now our season can kickstart. So that was all the games for that current season. Then I got hit with a bombshell by one of the most experienced players I have, and I couldn't really understand where he was coming from. It was in like the 20th minute against someone, I'm not sure complete. It was against Catania. It was in the 82nd minute. Excuse me. He was booked for a stupid foul, and I thought, well, I'll have a word with him. I say, calm down, just you're the most experienced player on the pitch, basically. And this is a conversation I had with him after the game, where it says in brackets, it will say like the way I approached the question or the answer to him. So I calmly said, well, he said it, we'll keep this between the both of us, I don't want it to be exposed. And I said, but then he said he wasn't unfair that I fined him. I fined him 2 weeks' wages for unprofessional behaviour, because I don't like having pointless red cards, especially from someone as experienced as Heinze. I understand if it was Bojan because he's young, I still would have fined him. But if he would have spoke to me, I would have been more lenient with him. And then immediately he got arsey about it. Like, basically, I don't agree with you, and I won't let this matter drop. I think I was quite right when basically saying, you're very unprofessional here. Get on with your football and actually show me with some respect. And then he says, he agreed that he was unprofessional, but apparently I've treated him like shit. So this is where decisions can impact morale of teams. So in football, there's one boss. Yes, the chairman, but no one's bigger than the club, apart from the manager and the chairman. But no one's bigger than the manager. Like, chairmans don't interfere with the managing side of football. They can do all the corporate side, money, whatever. So I basically said, if you can't accept me as your manager, then I'll sell you, simply. I won't sell him because he's 33, so I'll just release him at January. And then he basically just accepted, fine, I'm not even going to bother trying to repair this relationship, I can't work with you. Which is annoying because it's really pathetic. But that was the low point of this month. But that does conclude September. Another inconsistent, topsy-turvy month. But considering my Catania performance, I think we're moving in the right direction, to put it that way. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like the video. Helps me out personally, and it helps Yeousch Sports out. And I will see you next week for the October review. Take care, guys.